Welcome back to another episode of the Todd Durkin Impact Show, and it is 2021. I'm so fired up. I know you are as well, and this is episode 149, the second episode of 2021, where I'm dropping my predictions today. The predictions of 2021. If I would have done that in 2020, who would have thunk all the stuff in 2020? But thank God that we are through 2020. Matter of fact, if you're listening to this, you survived. You survived 2020. I know you've got a little extra bounce in your step. And like me this morning, getting out and moving and shaking and feeling like $1,000,000. I am so grateful. Man, I am just about off my crutches from my knee surgery in early December 2020. I did that so that I can go into 2021 steaming hard. And that's what it's all about. So I'm so fired up today. I'm going to drop these predictions, and I want to know your thoughts on them as well. If you have not yet listened to Monday's episode 148 on the dash. The dash. What's your dash? I want you to make sure you listen to that after this episode. Just go back and listen to it. I want to know your theme for 21, what you want to create in 21. I want you to review your purpose and remind yourself of the purpose, not just because it's early 2021, but like, I don't care if it's March 21st or July 4th or September 10th of 2021, man. We got to keep up this passion and this purpose so we can create the maximum impact throughout. And one of the questions I asked you in episode 148 was about your tombstone statement, not being a morbid statement, not being morbid, but man, I want you to make sure that this year, with everything that's going to happen, that you make sure that you're living your purpose, you're living with a ton of passion, you're having fun, and you're doing the things that you want to do on that. So without further ado, let's jump right in and start sharing some of these predictions I have for 2021. Because I envision 21 over the last several weeks, it's like a blank canvas. And I do believe that we have some tough months ahead of us, but thank God we've got like 2 or 3 months in my mind where we've got to keep focused, keep doing what we're doing to get through these tough times. And that come springtime, the latest this summer, we are going to be getting through the hardest and most difficult of times that we have faced. So keep doing what you got to do. Keep controlling the controllables. And I want you to envision the life that you want in 21. We've learned a lot of lessons. And one thing that's kind of been almost like a pet peeve of mine, and I've said it in the past, but I haven't really said it this year, like, how do you create your best year ever, or your greatest year ever? Hey, listen, I believe we always want the best that we can possibly do. But how about we just find fulfillment and purpose in our life, and we really stay true to that purpose, so that, man, I don't know how you characterize the best year of your life or not. Sometimes just getting back to some semblance of normality would be great, right? If we get back to getting the kids back to school and getting sports going for all of our kids and those who participate or coach in sports as well, and getting business, so we're not just in survival mode like we all have been the last 9-10 months, but we can start to thrive again and serve our communities in deeper ways. So this isn't just going to be predictions for those in the fitness space, although I will talk specifically about some of those predictions in the fitness space, because that's part of what I do, but also especially at the end, I've got some other grander predictions as well. So realize that I'm going to almost reverse engineer as well. Like, think into Q4 of 2021. Where do you want to be? Q4 2021, what's life going to look like? I mean, envision that, because for me, that excites me. When I was doing my 2021 annual roadmap and strategic plan the last several weeks, Q3 and Q4, I'm so excited. The thing I think I miss the most out of everything right now is live events. I miss live events, and I can't wait to, number one, host my own live events again, and also participate in some of the conferences and conventions that I have had in the past as well, that we will get back to. Let me remind us all, regardless of your industry, your career, we will get back to live events again. We'll do that, but man, I can't wait for that. So that's part of like the reverse engineering. Like, I know that's where we're going to be toward the end of 2021. We're not there yet. We got to, again, buckle down the hatches and keep fighting like mad to get through this and being smart. But I love what Lou Holtz said. I shared this the other day on my social media. I share it with you today in episode 149. Lou Holtz said, everyone needs 4 things in life: something to do, Number two, someone to love. Three, something to believe in. And four, something to hope for. So it made me think, so what are you doing? Who are you loving? What are you believing in, or who are you believing in? And what are you hoping for? What do you hope for? What is it that your heart and soul desires in 2021? When I look at the trends now and my predictions for 2021, they're affected by several things. Number one, they're affected by COVID-19. There's no doubt that COVID-19 has thrown all of us around the world a major curveball in 2020 and into early 2021. Stress is at an all-time high. So that's actually forming some of my predictions for 2021. I've realized that mental health is paramount, right? Like mental health, and that is, we've got to, there's so many things that we're battling right now. And it's not a mistake that June 2nd, 2020, when I came out with Get Your Mind Right, it was a forecasting for the future, because it's always been a battle of winning between the ears, but now more than ever. Why are these trends important now? As I said earlier, many kids aren't in school or playing sports. If you are a parent and your kids are in school, they're probably in private school or a public school that's been able to figure it all out. Thank you and God bless you. And also the many working adults who are working from home. That presents its own challenges and productivity, and kids that might be being homeschooled as well. And the one thing also, before I get into my trends, is, why are these the trends now? Is because never ever before have we realized the importance of overall health. Physical exercise has never been more important, so we can eradicate stress, get rid of the stress. People's awareness of their own health, their physical, their mental, their emotional, and their spiritual health has never been more important than now. So who might be in trouble? Who might be in trouble in 2021? And coming from the fitness side, I believe that some of the people who face the biggest challenges business wise, man, I think about people, owners in large health clubs. Large health clubs right now with lots of people are going to be in a little more trouble than those with smaller boutique studios as well. Those who can't pivot, adapt, or change are going to be in trouble. Those who don't like to collaborate with other allied healthcare professionals, whether it be physical therapists, naturopathic doctors, medical doctors, acupuncturists, collaboration is going to be key in 2021. Who else is going to be in trouble? Those who sit around and wait for things to happen, just waiting for things to happen. Nothing's going to happen but bad things. You're going to be reacting to the news or whatever else might be going on and dictated to you. I'm saying we have to go out and attack life, and our actions have to predicate the predictions. Let me repeat, our actions must predicate the predictions, meaning your actions are going to help synthesize what collaborations are going to happen, what things are going to materialize and manifest in your life and or your business because of the actions you take, because of the mindset that you have of you're working out, so you're getting more creative, your mind feels good. Next thing you know, you're thinking big, you're surrounding yourself with the right people, and you're making magic happen. And that comes down to controlling the controllables of what are you controlling right now. And that's what the predictions today are based on. So number one, when it comes to predictions, I'm going to start in the fitness field specifically. I believe that online content creation and virtual fitness will continue to be popular. It's not going to go away. Don't think when the pandemic goes away that virtual fitness is going to go away, or online content creation. The trends show that in 2019, before the pandemic, that fitness tech was already a leading trend. And from live streaming to pre-recorded workouts, that was already happening pre-pandemic. And then, 2015 and 16, I don't know who was following me back then, but I created a platform, had a partner in this, and we created a platform called FitBlock. Now, FitBlock ultimately was a failure. And let me tell you what, it was a great platform. It was a great platform. Matter of fact, I came out with it 4 or 5 years too early, because FitBlock is exactly what you see with some of the streaming platforms now, where trainers group exercise instructors and coaches could stream their workouts live and on demand through the FitBlock platform. And again, it was 4 years too early, 4 or 5 years too early. If it was now and that thing came out, it'd be a little different. Those gyms and studios and health clubs and even the large chains who could pivot quickly in 2020, they did succeed or are surviving right now. In 2019, check this stat out. 2019, 7% of MindBody users use live streamed workouts. Now, if you're not a fitness professional, many fitness pros or studio owners use what's called MindBody. It's a software system to track clients and numbers and everything else. So 7% of MindBody users used live stream workouts. In 2020, 80%. 80% used it during COVID-19. Massive increase. 73% increase in 1 year because of COVID-19. And I believe in order to stay competitive, even when we get back post-pandemic, that studios and gyms will want to continue to offer some form of on-demand or even live virtual streaming services. So I think that'll be important. I think it's going to need to be creative. You're going to have a niche. We always talk about the nicher, the richer. So regardless of what it is that you love to do, what is your specific niche? And I do believe there's going to be a plethora of new tech companies that evolve. They're probably in the works right now as I speak that will evolve. You've already heard about some of them. I mean, Peloton obviously is absolutely killing it in the world of fitness because of, number one, they were significantly helped because of the pandemic. Mirror, Apple Fitness, my friends up at Apple have done a phenomenal job in creating a virtual platform for folks who want to work out, whether it be at home, in their studios, in their gyms, on that. Now, what does that mean for the brick and mortar industry? Folks, my second prediction, drum roll please, that brick and mortar facilities will rise again. Yes, I'm going against the grain because some people think, oh, this is the demise of brick and mortar. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I don't know about you, but I know there's thousands of people who cannot wait to get back to the gym. Although we're operating currently at about 50% occupancy, there's another 50% of the people who will show up and then some because of the increased emphasis on health during the pandemic on that. But brick and mortar facilities and studios and gyms and health clubs, if they can survive these next 3 to 6 months, I am certain that we are going to get through this and ultimately thrive, but we got to get through it. Now, how do you do that? Number one, I think that it's going to be an increased emphasis on high touch, high service. High touch, high service. I believe that one-on-one training will come back again. I'm going to talk about that. But I do believe that comprehensive focus on health, not just fitness. And again, we talk about just having, flatter abs and a stronger core and the arms look a certain way, but really the emphasis on health and well-being and building immunity is going to continue to rise as well. I also believe in the concept of the brick and mortar is going to evolve, and you'll see more medical based facilities where there's either doctors or chiropractors involved with the facilities. Now at Fitness Quest 10, we were ahead of the 8-ball in that because we have doctors of chiropractor, Dr. CJ, and we've got a naturopathic doctor now in Carly Golightly. We've got doctors of physical therapists all under one roof at Fitness Quest 10. But I think the advent of medically based fitness studios will continue to evolve, which will avoid further shutdowns, by the way, in the next 6 months, if you have a physician or a doctor on board as well. I do think that the studies, by the way, show 40% of those who are not currently training will return to the gym. So the research by IHRSA shows that 40% of those not currently training will return to the gym. and the other 60% of those not participating will participate selectively also. So gym owners, trainers, group exercise instructors, now is the perfect time to improve your gym. Now is the time to make the changes that need to be made. Maybe it's a fresh coat of paint throughout the gym. Maybe it's new slogans or quotes throughout the studio. Maybe it's a remodel, some interior design improvements, new lighting. What can you do to improve the studio so that when the other 40-50% of the people come back, they're like, wow, they didn't stay the same. They didn't get worse. They actually got better. Now's a great time to improve your processes and systems and to continue to communicate with your clients and members. I know at Fitness Quest 10 and my corporate side, TDE, Todd Durkin Enterprises, I mean, I'm literally right now in the process of planning to build a whole virtual studio in what's going to be Todd Durkin global headquarters, which will be in our roots. I'm really excited for that. So we're going to have not only a great new podcast studio, but we're going to have a whole new area where we could be creating online content, whether it be live or via streaming as well. That's all coming. So my friends, if you're in the fitness industry, now's the time to really think, what can I do with this blank canvas to improve? Because if we can improve in the next 3 to 6 months and survive and focus on saving lives and changing lives, I do believe that the fitness industry will be positioned for not only success, but massive impact over the next 3 to 5 years as stress, anxiety, depression kill people over the next several years at a rate that's going to be drastic. I believe that trainers and fitness professionals are going to be one of the people on the forefront, on the front lines of helping people get their optimum health back as well. So with that being said, I do think over the next 6 to 12 months, that one-on-one training will resurge. 6 to 12 months, one-on-one training will resurge. People want small. They want, to be in to get that high touch again. They want to connect. So one-on-one training will be big. What else in fitness will be big? Youth sports conditioning will be bigger than ever because kids want their sports back. Now is a great time for them to get better. So they could be training with their trainer and their coach and getting better at that time. I know even throughout the pandemic, we've had a lot of camps. We've had a lot of kids who want training because if their sports aren't going, there's tremendous opportunity to get better on that. So number 3 was one-on-one training. 4 is youth sports and fitness conditioning. Number 5, outdoor training is going to continue to grow. Why? Because people realize how great it is to work outside. Now, many of you listening in, it's freezing out. It's in the 20s, 30s. There's snow and there's ice or freezing rain. But hey, we're only a couple months away from springtime. March 21st, mark your calendars now, March 21st, a very important date on your calendar. Not only is it my birthday, but it's the first day of spring because the springtime is going to be important because the weather will start changing. Boot camps, yoga, outdoor adventure classes, fitness classes, cross-country ski outings, things like that, where you could be creative are going to really, really help people enjoy nature because nature is very healing to the soul. So the more you can use the great outdoors, the better. Now we're blessed here in San Diego. We've got weather that's, typically in the 60s and 70s during the day, and people complain when it dips into the high 30s at night. I'm like, man, this is great. We actually have a little nip in the air. So outdoor training, enjoy the elements. Enjoy the elements. Number 6, this is a biggie. Life coaching will become huge, more popular and important than ever before. I think most people are in major search mode right now. I don't care if you're 30, I don't care if you're 50, I don't care if you're 70. People are searching. Like, what's the next step for me? What can I do to continue to evolve as a man or a woman in my career? Is it time for a career change? So it's not just training and as a trainer and training people and coaching people, but I believe in life. And when I say life, I'm talking business, I'm talking in leadership, I'm talking in the relationships, I'm talking nutrition, I'm talking personal growth and development. Like, how do you become the best man or woman possible right now? And I think that life coaches are going to play a huge role in helping people become the best version of themselves. I don't know if you followed, but late 2020, I had my first certification for what I created in impact life coaching, where I took people who wanted to do more life coaching, and I took my impact coaching program that I've been doing here for a while. It's coming up again here at the end of January, another round of impact coaching. These are non-fit pros who want to go deep on training, nutrition, personal growth and development, as well as career success. But I actually certified people who want to coach people as well. I'm doubling down in 2020 on coaching. I'm doubling down with my participation in my mastermind group for trainers. I'm doubling down on impact coaching to help people who want to go deeper on themselves to be the best version of themselves as well. Life coaching in 2021 is going to be really popular. And whether you choose to be on the receiving side of that, or perhaps you're like, you know what, I love helping people discover their deepest divine purpose, and I am designed to help people live a life worth telling a story about, then maybe that's a calling that you're moving toward. But life coaching will become huge, even more popular in 2021. Number 7, recovery. Recovery will continue to evolve. Now, heck, and Get Your Mind Right, in the book, I shared about the importance of recovery. But because right now, 2020 beat the heck out of most everybody, people have been running hard, going hard, working hard, 7 days a week. People are still tired despite, the Christmas and New Year's holiday. We're ramping up and we're excited. We're enthusiastic about the new start. But when you look at recovery, I believe in 2021, the infusion of recovery in all of our trainings, in all of our workouts is going to be very, very welcome. Meditation, breath work, yoga, fascial stretch therapy, massage therapy, infrared saunas and red light therapy. All of these things that deal with healing and recovery are going to be huge. The healing world will be very, very important, including touch. Okay, including touch, because when I look at touch, I think touch is the one thing that is most overlooked now throughout the pandemic, because we have not been able to, quote, touch people, or you've got to keep 6 feet plus away from people. So touch has become important. It's very interesting that in year 1999, I got my graduate thesis work from San Diego State University on the physiological and psychological effects of massage therapy on stress and anxiety. And there was a significant difference, even in just doing seated massage therapy in the corporate setting, with when it came to blood pressure, heart rate, respiration rate. That was 1999, when, remember Y2K, everyone was freaking out that computers were going to glitch out because of the turn of the century. Well, when we look back now, what a stressor that was. We laugh, but I believe the stress that our bodies, minds, and souls have been under for the last almost year now certainly has taken its toll. And I think the recovery side, for every yang, there's a yin, and for every yin, there's got to be a yang. The recovery side is going to be very, very important in 2021. Those who can either welcome in recovery into their training are going to be far healthier. For those practitioners of any of those services are going to really prosper because of the need by society globally for recovery. Number 8, integrative and functional medicine is going to become more and more popular. Now, what is integrative and functional medicine? By that, I'm talking about naturopathic medicine, functional diagnostic nutrition. And again, I talked earlier about medically based fitness models, but hey, I've been using a naturopathic doctor for over 5 years, and I've gone to several different ones in my career and in my life. And I love going to naturopathic doctors, including going to my own allopathic doctors, because what happens is the naturopathic doctor is going to do blood work and look at many of the different markers that are looking at the whole system in totality. So I use both allopathic traditional doctors as well as naturopathic doctors. I believe that over the course of 2021, more people will be leaning into integrative therapies, as well. So something to check out. And again, I have several different contacts that are naturopathic doctors and functional diagnostic nutritionists. So if you've got questions on that, certainly hit me up, let me know. But they can make a huge difference in your overall health, vitality, energy as well. And again, that's one of the reasons why even at Fitness Quest 10, why we have had that in the past we have chiropractors, we have now a functional diagnostic nutritionist, we have a naturopathic doctor. So all of these things are going to be working closely together. Number 9, overall wellness, overall health is going to grow. So again, looking at health and wellness, I believe that nutrition, and when I say nutrition, I'm talking healthy eating and nutrition, even to the point of studying plant-based nutrition and the importance of organic food in your diet. Now, why do you say that? Because I think as cancer grows at alarming rates and stress is causing all of these different diseases to occur, or diseases to occur, on that, we have to address the entire system. And as Hippocrates said, let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food. I think that nutrition will play an important role. As you know, we've talked about nutrition for a long time, and it's always a very popular topic. But I believe as we try to really improve overall health and energy and vitality and the strength of our systems and immunity, that we're going to look and we're going to support local small businesses more than ever before. We've talked about supporting, the farmers markets to save money and support local. Some of the large chains might suffer. I mean, you look at whole Paycheck. I mean, Whole Foods. I love Whole Foods Market, but man, it's expensive, right? So I'd rather go right now to a farmers market and support the local farmers as well. And that comes down to, even when you look at stores that coffee, Starbucks, expensive, $4 for a coffee or whatever it costs. I don't go to Starbucks very often, but when you do, it's expensive. I think you're going to see an advent and the start of people, starting to use more organic coffee and locally grown coffee as well. But the bottom line is that wellness of the body, mind, and spirit are going to continue to evolve and grow. Number 10, y'all going to like number 10, although it has nothing to do with fitness and wellness. Well, it kind of does. Number 10 prediction of 2021 is that podcasting will grow. I'm getting into some business stuff here, but hey, my prediction is podcasting will continue to grow. And I want to, number one, say thank you to all of you for supporting me in 2020. Unless you're a first-time listener, it's 2021. Thank you for joining the Todd Durkin Impact Show. But the Impact Show is going to explode. My prediction for 2021 is the Impact Show is going to explode and become a worldwide phenomenon with people, millions of people listening in worldwide. I don't care what country you're like, hey, the Todd Durkin Impact Show, the Impact Show, it's all about positivity and mentality. And it's like the Good News Network. On every single day I can listen to that. But I want to thank you, because I really believe that in 2021, I'm not even doubling down on podcasting. I'm like 10xing down on podcasting, because one of the things that I'm convicted of is that the world needs more positivity. The world needs more mind right maniacs going around and putting their loving and healing hands on people all over the place. So I don't care, if it's streaming online, if it's Apple Music, it's Spotify, it's Pandora, wherever you listen to your podcast. The Impact Show is exploding. And not just the Impact Show, by the way. I think that traditional radio is going south. And I have friends who are DJs on local radio shows. But here's the problem. People aren't commuting now. So they're not listening to the radio, the traditional radio, that if you're taking the kids to school or you're in the car more, the commute times have really dropped down. So local radio is going further and further south. And people are putting on the Todd Durkin Impact Show. I mean, they're putting on podcasts. Guys, please keep spreading the show. The way this grows is by you enjoying the show and spreading the gospel of inspiration and motivation and greatness. So please continue to share the Impact Show, because one of my big five for 2021, and I've invited all of you over the course of the last several weeks and listening and sharing some of my annual roadmap. One of my big five is that the Impact Show grows from 300,000 downloads to over 1 million downloads in 2021. And that's going to take a Herculean Herculean effort by everyone and anyone listening in, but it's because of people like you who are listening in can help that all happen. Number 11, I've got 12, by the way, 12 predictions for 2021. Number 11 is I believe that social media will continue to expand and will also continue to dominate distractions. I love social media. There's no doubt about it. I love social media. But man, oh man, one of my predictions is we've got to put some blockers on social media. We've got to really be careful of the amount of social media that we consume. I love creating content. I love putting content out into the world. Podcasting is one of those ways, but there's Facebook, there's Instagram. Those are two different social media platforms that I use extensively. But there's also TikTok, there's Snapchat, YouTube. All of our podcasts, by the way, are also YouTube. So you can always go to YouTube and listen and watch yours truly on a YouTube channel, on our YouTube channel as well. There's Twitter. And then there's also something now called Clubhouse. I'm hearing about Clubhouse. It's the new kid on the block. I don't know if it's going to take off or not, but maybe you heard it here first. Like, what's Clubhouse? Although I can't talk about it because just the last couple of weeks, everyone's like, TD, you got to get on Clubhouse. You got to get in Clubhouse. I'm like, whoa. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I've got YouTube. Like, hey, whatever you choose to be on, you just got to make sure that you are setting some parameters of when you're on it, because the number one distraction for most people is social media. And it could prevent you from, number one, either getting your early morning routine in, because next thing you know, you're 15, 20 minutes on Instagram stories, or your feed, or you're scrolling, or your Twitter, or your text, whatever it be. The phone can rob you of your best habits. So I believe that social media will continue to evolve and grow. And with your kids, same thing. You may have to set some rules, like no taking your phone between 9 p.m. and 8 a.m. so you're not going to sleep with the phone on you, because that's developing a bad habit, whatever that may be. So kiddos, listen up. Get rid of your phone. You don't need it in your bedrooms. Number 12, my favorite possibly, is that live events will resurface in 2021, but not until Q3 at the earliest. Man, I wish I could say Q2, but here's the deal. Q1 here, January, February, March 2021, we got to evaluate where we're at. We got to get through this nasty time that we're in right now. And the CDC and folks are saying we got to continue to be smart. So it's hard to plan a live event right now when we don't know what's going to happen in April, May, and June, which is Q2, right? So Q2 on that. So I believe that in the summer, July, August into September is going to be when we could start having some small live events again. And I can't wait to get my mastermind together. I can't wait to have an industry event together. And I can't wait to have a big old, one of my visions and predictions is we are going to have a larger event coming up. And I don't know if it'll be Q4 2021 or early 22, but man, we all want to get back to giving high fives and in the huddle and getting fired up, because there's nothing like being present in a live room. Although we enjoy the Zooms and it's convenient and all of the things that, yes, there's some Zooms and that you can benefit a lot from, but to immerse yourself for 3-4 days in complete a mindset and a vibration in a room where everyone is really seeking maximum personal growth and development, nothing like that at all. So again, when I talk about live events, it's one of the things when I talk about doubling down on, I'm doing that in 2021. I'm doubling down so much in the belief that we will get back to it, is that I'm redoing the roots. The upstairs of my Gym Fitness Quest 10 is going to be being redone in Q1 of 2021. And we are creating the TD Global Headquarters, where I'll be doing a lot of podcasting from. We'll be doing eventually live events and all of the streaming and content. Yes, we'll still have a studio up there as well, but that will be the TD Global Headquarters. You heard it here first. I'm pumped up about that. There'll be some great changes, but you've got to visualize what you want based on what your predictions are. You're hearing some of my thoughts and predictions. And one of the reasons why I'm investing in some change in that is to change the energy, create the energy so that the mind and the heart and the soul, like, okay, we're going to create more content to 10x down the impact that we're going to create in the world. So my friends, I leave you with this today is, Don't just set a bunch of resolutions for 2021, set strong intentions. So maybe you've set some goals for 2021. Fantastic. I love goals, but set some strong intentions, some things that you love to do. Make sure, number two, that you simplify your life. One of the things that 2020 taught us that I want to make sure all of us continue with 21 with our predictions is keep the simplicity. Let's not cloudy some of the beauty that has happened in 2020. And the simplicity part is, what do you not need to add back into your life? Some of the things that you say no to are some of the most important things that are going to happen, some of the most important decisions you're going to have. So simplify your life, potentially even in the next few days. Go in your closets and purge your closets. If you have not gotten rid of stuff at the end of 2020, in the next week, purge your closets of clothes that you don't want to wear and give them away to Goodwill. If you don't need them anymore, then get rid of them. And remember, you don't need more. You don't need more. My encouragement to all of us is don't need more, but be more. How can we be more in 2021? What can we do to be more as a father, as a husband, as a man? What can I do to be more? How can I show up to all of you even more in 21? Number three, dial in those habits again. I want to remind you right now, if you're out moving, congratulations, keep up the work. I want to challenge you to, how can you be your best physically and mentally right now? Focus on the here and the now on that. Control the controllables. And then lastly is just to continue to focus on the beautiful relationships in your life. It's all about the relationships. And in 2021, we're reminded of the fragility of life. And as you paint up your picture of what you want this year with all of the things going on, we realize that we don't always know what's going to happen, but we can control the controllables. And I know that. So I encourage you to be the trendsetter with all of my predictions of what can you do to be the trendsetter, not sit back and wait for 2021 to come, but what are your dreams and visions? What do you want to accomplish in 2021 that's going to allow you to flourish? And most importantly, be fulfilled based on what you want and what you desire. So as a reminder, look at 2021 as a blank canvas. And when you look at Q4 2021, what do you visualize? What do you see? Meditate on that, pray on that, manifest what you desire, because I believe that when you do that, all of a sudden, you're going to say and look back in another year from now and say, you know what? 2021 really was a good year. And maybe it wasn't your best ever, but by being a good year, you had your priorities straight. You took everything that came your way and you dealt with it, and you had so much more happiness and fulfillment in 2021. So those are my predictions for 2021. And I just want to remind you of the gratitude that I have for each and every one of you. And if you can do one exercise, and I was listening to Brian Buffini the other day, and Buffini had a statement that I really loved, and this was in my annual roadmap, and it was reminded, is I've always wanted to ... I've always wanted to ... If you can fill in those words with, I've always wanted to do what? What are the things you've always wanted to do? And in 2021, I want to remind you right now, whatever that is to do it. Let's not wait. As the world does open back up in 21, because my prediction is it will. We're not going through 21 the whole year like it was in 2020, and we're much better prepared now. We just got to keep fighting and get through the next few months. I've always wanted to fill in the blank. And if you could take 5-10 minutes to answer that question, and if maybe it involves a trip, like I've always wanted to go to Bora Bora. I've always wanted to go to those islands where you can get the glass hut and see the fish. I've never done that. I've always wanted to, right? What is it? Where is it you want to go? Because travel will eventually open back up. I've always wanted to, if there are things you wanted to do in your business or your personal life, put it down, because 2021, I'm declaring, is going to be a year like no other. We're going to go from the depths of despair in early January 2021, where sometimes you're like, man, I just got to keep going, but I don't have a lot left. And I'm going to remind you is you do. keep going, is to get up and keep fighting. And you've got me in your corner. You got other mind right maniacs in the corner. You got other fire breathing dragons in the corner. So thank you so much for what you do. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. It's your words that inspire me. It's your DMs, it's your emails, it's your texts, all of the words I hear when I say, when I see someone spreading something. As a matter of fact, the other day, I'm going to share this with you, is I got a message from a young man, and I was reviewing the different over time, the different folks who have left their endorsements on the Apple podcast. And this young man, check this out, says one of the best motivators. I'm a 13-year-old boy who works out at Fitness Quest 10. I recently broke my arm, and by listening to Todd's podcast, I'm motivated to get up and work out every day. I love you, TD. You're a great leader and a great Christian that when I grow up and have kids one day, I want to show them these podcasts to help motivate them in their workouts when they're my age. I want them. I am wanting to play in the NFL as a tight end, and with you, I will be able to make that goal and have a champion's mindset. For anyone looking for encouragement today, I recommend reading Philippians 4:13. Thanks, TD. Falcons 23. Guys, this is a 13-year-old student. This isn't a 23-year-old or a 43-year-old or a 60-year-old. This is a young kid. And I read that. I'm like, man, that's what I'm talking about. Here's a young man who's dreaming big in the midst of a pandemic. This was on October 23rd. He left this on the Apple. And I was like, man, that's what I'm talking about. So I just want to thank you, all of you. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're a first-time listener or a long-time listener, for everything that you share and write. Please go give us an endorsement. Give us a 5-star rating. Write us a review like this young man wrote us a review on Apple, because my heart was filled up when I went back and read all these different ones, and specifically that one right there. So folks, have an incredible day. It is 2021, and with all my predictions, I know that 2021 is going to be your year. Without further ado, remember to play with passion, to live with purpose, and always, always create impact. Hey, folks, thanks for sticking around a little bit. I just want to give a little plug for the Impact Coaching Program coming up here. I want you to take a look at it. If you're someone who is seeking to be your best self, and you're like, man, now's the time. I need a coach. I need you, Todd, to push me to the next level, to pull out of me what I know is in there, but I'm still feeling stuck. I still want someone to hold me accountable for the actions that need to happen, both personally, professionally, in leadership, in my health and conditioning. I just want to encourage each and every one of you, if that's you and you want some additional coaching, I've got my Impact Coaching Program coming up. Matter of fact, as I said, I'm doubling down on Impact Coaching and my Mastermind Coaching Program in 2021. All you got to do is go to ToddDurkin.com, ToddDurkin.com. All of the details are there, the dates, how it works, what you can do to sign up. I don't have big groups like that. I want to make them small and stealth-like so I can really coach you to maximum success over a 2-month period, 8 weeks of going for greatness. So check it out, ToddDurkin.com, ToddDurkin.com. Impact Coaching is coming up, and I can't wait to help you create more impact. Hey, folks, thanks for listening to today's show. I so appreciate you tuning in. I hope you got great value out of the show. Hey, a couple of reminders. If you had not yet given us a 5-star rating and written a review, can you please take 3 minutes out to do that? It's not going to take long, but it's going to really help us create massive impact in the universe. As I've shared with you before, one of my goals in 2021 is to reach 1 million followers around the world. But it's going to take people like you listening in that find value in the show to help me out. So if you can simply go give us a 5-star rating on Apple and write a glowing review, it's really going to help us create more impact around the world. Thank you, guys. And don't forget, go create some impact today.